Hello everyone and welcome back to another video inside of my world. This video is going to be a weird one, basically because I'm actually doing post-commentary for this one. Basically because a lot of the end of this clip basically got corrupt. So I'm afraid I don't have a large portion at the end of this episode, but I have enough to make it into a full episode that I thought I'd do a voiceover. So basically what we were building in this video is we were building a new way of getting around, and I already know what some of you are going to think when I tell you what it is, but basically we were... Oh, hello, Doug. We were building... we're building a new way to get around, and we were going to use nether portals. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, Stampy did that. What am I doing? Oh, I think I'm just showing that there's going to be lots of different ones. I know you're probably thinking, well, Stampy did that. And you're right, he did. But I planned mine before Stampy did his, crazy colourful entrance. So I did it first. You heard it from me. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, basically what I was doing was building lots of different stations all around the place. Basically, so that no matter where I am in the world, I can hop into another portal and come out a different end. And then in the next video, I built a fancy room. Why have I come in here for? Oh, did I come in here to nick the furnace? Was that it? I think I came in here to nick the furnace, if I remember. I'm not going to lie, this has been quite a while back when I recorded this video. So I can't really remember what happened. I think I nicked the furnace from here. Yeah, I did. I did nick the furnace. And apparently I have planks in here. But yeah, basically I was building a fancy new teleportation system. I got the outside of one of them done today, and then all the other stations I built off camera. But they're all just themed depending on which biome they're in or which biome they're near. So since this biome was near the desert biome, I thought, do you know what? I'd do this one all desert themed. So I decided to build it out of sandstone, and basically just try and make it look as pretty as I could. So I'm guessing this is when I start building. So I was building out of a lot of different types of sandstone. The bottom row is mainly cut sandstone, just because I quite like the look of the cut sandstone. But yeah, basically the cut sandstone went all along the bottom. And then on top, basically went with the smooth sandstone and stuff, just to try and make it look nicer. And then I did an entranceway on both sides, just so then no matter which way you're approaching from, you always would. No, I think in my other commentary I was saying that this would be smooth, not cut sandstone. But yeah, basically that was the plan, was to build it all as sandstone. And then I think I was going to do sandstone walls and stuff on the back. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Am I going to go and cut down a tree? I think I'm going to go and cut down a tree. I'm not too sure. It looks like I am. Let me just go and break my border. I should probably just add some gates in to my border, to be honest. But yeah, basically I tried to make this thing look really detailed, particularly the one that I'm doing in this video. Not saying that all the other stations aren't going to look nice, I want them to, but compared to all the other ones, this one is probably going to be the one I'll use the most, just because it's right in front of my house. So yeah, that's why I kind of cared about this one a little bit more than probably some of the other ones. But yeah, I hope we'll be able to patch this up. I don't know why I'm gathering all these leaves for. I do know I decorated using some leaves that I gathered from here. So yeah, that was quite cool. So let's head back over to where we were building. So it's not particularly very big, and the good thing is all of these stations are going to fit into basically these random gaps that I've got all over the place. So it means that I've got lots of different stations that are filling in some of these annoying little gaps, because I've got loads of these random areas where basically where things could go, but basically there's just never been anything that's ever fit in perfectly. So these little random gaps, I just thought, you know what, I'll just build the stations here. And so it's going to work greatly for me to be able to use that. So basically, I'm going to use some of these sandstone staircases and just do like a little fancy pattern like that. I'm not going to lie, I haven't designed these stations too much, just because I thought it'd be fun to actually like go out and like design them as I was doing them. So a lot of these stations, like, yeah, they might look a bit random, but I promise that like I haven't designed any of these. I basically just thought them up as I went along. So yeah, and then the floor was going to be completely made out of sandstone too, but I did like smooth sandstone stairs and normal sandstone stairs, and then the portal sits basically in the very middle of this whole thing, just to try and make it look really fancy, really neat, really just as pleasant as possible, because like this is going to be quite important for like getting around. Like a lot of if we ever build like a new game in the future and it's too far away, like I'm going to want to use these like little teleporting things to get around. And I didn't want to do like what everyone else does. And I'm not saying that like this is wrong, or like that this is like not something you should do, but like, you know, Stampy likes his teleporters, and a lot of people who watch Stampy and have similar series, they have teleporters like Stampy, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I always like to do things a little bit different, and I think that this is going to be a nice, natural way to do like a teleporting system that works quite well in Minecraft as well. I'm not going to lie to you, as you probably saw from the Stampy video, doing these sorts of like portals is very annoying. They're not particularly very easy to link up. It all depends on which ways you're facing, which ways the portals are facing, and all sorts. It can be a bit of a pain. The next video I did struggle a little bit with setting up these portals, I remember. But in terms of the of this, and why is this staircase not linking up? So for God's sake, honestly, stairs are like the worst thing in Minecraft. Like they look really good and you can get lots of different types, but honestly they're so annoying. Like they can make like some really, really, really annoying moments. But yeah, basically this like staircase goes around like this, and then the middle here should just like should just like, there we go, naturally link up. So you can see it makes like quite a fancy little path. And then the middle, we're just going to fill in with sandstone. Now, you don't have to do the stations like this. You could, if you wanted to, do them in your house. And that was actually something I was considering, was doing one of these in my house. The problem was, basically, I don't have any room in my house. Like, the only rooms I have would basically be too big for these sorts of, like, little stations. And I didn't want to, like, waste a whole room. Oh, apparently this is where I cut ahead to show the next part, but you can kind of see what I mean by how the portal looks. And then, oh, this doesn't look right. I think that one there needs to be broken. But yeah, you can see that's how the portal looks. I'm not going to light it just because if I light the portal, it will link to a portal in the nether. So I don't want to light them at all. But yeah, basically over here somewhere, apparently I'm going to kill a pig for some reason. And a cow. And probably that chicken I've just seen as well. No? Oh, it's because I was hungry. That's why I went and... that's why I was killing animals. I was like, why am I murdering animals for? That's so random. And yeah, I thought so. I don't really remember recording this episode too much. I only remember like some snippets, so you will have to bear with me if it looks like I'm a little bit slow. But yeah, basically this is going to go around here like this, just to basically just link up with all of this rest of this building. And then I think I did like some more stairs. What am I doing? Oh, I'm making like a wall arch. I remember this. So then this basically goes like around here like this, basically just to make like a random archway. I think this looks quite cool. I remember though at this time I was thinking, like, this building looks a bit bland. Like, it's just too much smooth sandstone, and it doesn't look very interesting. So I remember I tried to add, like, as much detail as I could with this. And I think for what I ended up making, I'm quite happy with how it looks. you guys won't see the finished product until like the next episode, when you actually see like me heading here to go and do the portals in the Nether, which is that's an episode and a half by itself. But yeah, basically these stairs are just going to go like the whole way around like this, just to make it look cool. I think I actually did put some flower pots on top of those stairs as well, basically just to try and like make it look as neat as possible. And then these like one sense. Oh, is this one here? Oh, I got some spares. And then what am I doing now? That bit of granny at the top there is really annoying me. What am I doing? Oh, that's when I cut ahead, because basically I was getting fed up that I kept running out of smooth sandstone. So I was basically like, oh, I'll cut ahead whilst I grab some more. Yeah, I must have forgotten all about that. But yeah, basically this bit of sandstone goes all the way up here to basically make like some archways. And then, like, this is where the actual portal will be. It's a bit annoying that you have to be on a specific angle to walk up the stairs. But that's just kind of how my pattern works. And that was fantastic. I know it was, like, very simple. I think this is where, like, yeah, oh, that stair isn't facing the right way. Yeah, I basically did, like, these little archways like this. And then I think I just filled in, like, the top here with the smooth sandstone. And as I said, like, this one, like, this... station, is that the like, I'm trying to not make it sound like a train station, but you know what I mean, this like teleporting station, like this one's probably the most important one, because this is the one I'm going to see every single day and the one I will probably use most. So yeah, basically like this one out of like all of the stations was the one that like I cared about the most in terms of looks. And I think that ultimately I was quite happy with what I designed. So I think this looks okay. You can kind of see how that looks. That looks a bit weird with those stairs. I don't really like how that looks. Didn't I like... I think I got rid of those and just filled those in with like smooth sandstone. Like that. Like sometimes it's really like nice just to like go in somewhere without designing it. Because... like, the problem is when you design something is, yeah, you can get it the way that you want, but the problem is like, basically, like, all of the creativity is then gone from that point. You know, the creativity was designing it and making it look how you wanted. All you're doing in a video when you've designed something is you're basically just replicating something you've already designed. So, you know, sometimes the creativity can feel a bit lost, but with, this, it means I can kind of show off my creative like process and show how my mind worked whilst I was building this. And all of the other stations as well, I didn't plan those either. I basically decided to just go in here and just to kind of design, like I knew what I wanted them to look like built what I wanted them to be built out of, but I didn't say to myself, right, this, I'm going to design how this one looks and replicate it, because that's just a bit boring. Like, I know I do that most of the time and most other people do, but sometimes you need to just let your creativeness flow and like and just take advantage of the fact that like you can have some fun. Right, I think this is where I added in the leaves, I think. Yeah, it is. I remember thinking this building looks far too like cream coloured and it could do with adding like a lot more colour to it. So I remember thinking, oh, I've got these leaves I just got from that tree. I could add some leaves in. And I've got to say, I think it did work quite well. Especially because, like, it works quite well with it being, like, a desert-themed, like, station. And then I remember for these side walls, I was a bit like, what do I do with these? And then I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to try and replicate something that I've already done on the front. And I was quite happy with this. I've got to say, like, say I didn't design this beforehand and this was, like, my first mock-up, I was actually quite happy with this. And as I said, like all the other stations, like you will get to see those like over time. I don't actually think I show them off until like I very first travel in this, which I'm not going to lie, isn't very frequent. Like I've been trying to like build near my house a lot more recently. So a lot of like the teleporters haven't actually been used yet. And I know that like I spent so long on them and that might seem really annoying, but that's just kind of what happens. I was quite happy with this though. And then I think I make some more stairs. And then I think I was just going to like make these into like little archways with like these these walls. That looks nice. That actually looks really nice. Just to kind of add a bit of flavour. And the good thing is as well is that like the flavour, as if it's food, is that the walls are quite like dark compared to like the blocks, so it makes it stand out a little bit and adds a bit of texture. But yeah, basically the walls kind of go the entire way across. I think this is where I kind of decided that I quite liked doing these walls, and then that's when I kind of decided, you know what, I just want to make this look as pretty as possible. And I've got to say, like, I know it's such like a simple thing, but like doing things that you're trying to make look detailed is always quite hard, because, you know, you're trying to like think as well as like I was trying to talk at the same time. So I actually found it quite hard to like commentate and do this whilst also like try and plan this out as I was going. It is a fun challenge though. Like, I would definitely recommend to like everyone like watching this video. Like, what on earth is that? Oh, that was for the Christmas game from last year. But yeah, basically, like, I'd recommend, like, to everyone and say, like, if you are, like, wanting a fun challenge, just go into something and design it, without designing it, sorry. It just makes, like, such a fun challenge. And, of course, no, it might not be as good as what it could have been, but I still think that it's just quite funny, just to kind of, like, go into something. And it really allows people to see, like, your design process. Like, yeah, you can do behind the scenes and stuff, but what's a behind the scenes going to do if like it just shows a few things, but of course those don't come out until after the video, so it doesn't always feel as like it just doesn't feel the same. And I know that's not the same for everyone. Everyone, of course, has their own little differences, but for me, I think it's just quite fun. Like, I've actually been considering doing, like, a challenge where basically, like, I have to go and collect the resources myself and build a mini-game in my world without planning it and just kind of gathering all the resources from around the world. I thought that would be quite cool. I actually did it in the past quite a few years ago, so I'd like to revisit that and do that again, just because I think that would be quite a fun little thing to do. And would, like, really, I don't know, it's just a fun challenge. No idea what I'm doing at the moment. I think at this point I really didn't like how flat those walls were looking. So yeah, I remember now. I tried to like add in as much detail as I could. I think we're approaching the part, by the way, where like the clip's going to end. So if it pops to a black screen, you know why, because I'm going to just ramble for the last little bit. But I promise the next video will be like back to normal. The next video is absolutely fine. It's not corrupt or anything like that, so that will go absolutely fine. How many times have I said absolutely fine within the last few minutes? But yeah, basically this is just going to go like this, and yeah, I quite like that. I think that looks quite nice. And then this portal here as well would look really, really good with when it's all lit up and it's glowing, and you can see like the purple like light coming through the little gaps as well. I think that's going to look really good. And then I remember this is when like I started doing the roof, and I really tried to like do like a sloped roof, like just to try and make this look as fancy as possible. So I was really like improvising with stairs and really making this look as cool as possible. I think here I did like a stair. I either did like a half slab or did a staircase facing forward. It looks like I did a staircase facing forward, but yeah, basically I was just really happy with how this looks. I thought that this looked really cool. And that seems to be the end of the clip. So, yeah, you've now got an idea what it is that I'm going to be spending the next few episodes doing. Apologies that the rest of this clip isn't here, but you will get to see basically the finished outside of this desert station once the next video comes out. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this weird video, and I will see you all at some point.